I was 20 years old when I started working for an Italian restaurant near my house. During college summer breaks, I would vacation back home and get much needed time with family. This year, I decided to stay behind and not visit family. This time I stayed here with my roommate named Marcus. We were pretty bored most days, and there was nothing much for us to do. All we used to do was stay in our apartment and play video games. Marcus advised me that instead of wasting time, we should start working a part-time job somewhere and earn pocket money. I agreed with him, and we started to look online for jobs. We found an Italian restaurant nearby who needed a cashier and a delivery boy, so we both went there to apply. We went to the manager, and he offered us the job on the spot. We both started working there regularly. My job was as a cashier, and my friend was the delivery boy there. After about 1 month, my friend requested me to switch jobs, and I agreed with him. We went to our boss and told him that we wanted to switch positions, and he seemed to be fine with that and gave us the okay. Now I was working as the delivery boy, and my friend the cashier. The restaurant had bikes which we would use for delivering food, but I just used my car. One night, around 10 p.m. we got an order which I had to deliver. It was about a 10-minute drive away from the restaurant. Marcus packed the food and handed the brown cardboard delivery boxes to me so I can start the delivery. I took it to my car and put the address into the navigation. I started driving and ended up in an empty parking lot with just a few cars. I checked the order again, and the address that was given was the location the navigation led me to. I called my friend back at the restaurant and told him about it. He told me to wait a bit, and after about 5 minutes he sent me the phone number of the customer. I called him, and he told me to wait for 5 minutes and that he will be there. After about 2 minutes, I saw a man walking to his car in the parking lot, and a bunch of guys came out of nowhere and confronted him. I looked at a notification on my phone for a quick second, and when I looked back up, I couldn't see the man anymore. I had frozen, and then one of the guys looked at me and started coming towards me. I should have gone away, but I was frozen and couldn't move. He approached me and told me to roll the window down, and I did. He asked me, "Are you the delivery guy?" I replied, "Yes." Then he paid me for the food, and I handed the food over to him. Then he gave me $200 and told me to keep my mouth shut. I went back to the restaurant and didn't mention a single thing. It was almost time for night shift when our boss came to me and asked me if I would work the night shift for a small bonus, as the other delivery boy was off from work. I agreed, and now I had to work another shift. I used to sleep late at night, so it wasn't a big deal. We didn't get any orders so far around 1 a.m. Night shift was pretty easy. You didn't have to do anything much. About 30 minutes passed, and then we finally got an order for a delivery. It took around 15 minutes to prepare the delivery, and then they handed it over to me. I had to deliver it somewhere 20 minutes away from the restaurant. When I was almost to my destination, just a couple of blocks away, the navigation took me to a dead-end street, and then to the end of it. There was an old house which kinda looked abandoned. I called back to the restaurant before getting out of my car and told them that it looks like an abandoned house. But they told me to stop wasting time and ring the bell, so I got out of my car and went to the main door. There were spider webs everywhere around the doorbell, so I used my hand to get rid of them and rang the doorbell. I waited for about 30 seconds, and yeah, just as I expected, no response. I was walking back to my car, and I heard the door lock. I turned back and went to the door. I pushed the door and it opened. Obviously, someone opened the door. I went inside and there was no one there. I said hello, and I heard someone from upstairs. I looked up the stairs and there was someone waving at me to come up. I could only see an arm. I went up and the arm vanished. Then I looked around and the arm was waving at me from a room to come inside. It was dark, so I couldn't see the person except the arm. I was not going in there, and I told him/her that. Then the arm vanished, and all of a sudden something hit me. It was that arm of a human. I rushed to the door and straight to my car and drove away. I went straight to the restaurant and told them that. The manager thought I was just sleepy, so he sent me home. Since then, I never delivered anywhere that made me uncomfortable.